Welcome back to another video, rebuild my Porsche 911 Carrera GTS. This is part 4, and at the end of this video I'll be showing you how much I've spent so far on the car and the build itself, and not only that, I'll be showing you what I've done to raise some money to pay for the build. So yeah, stay tuned, keep watching, enjoy, subscribe, like, comment, all the above. So we've got some of the parts arrive. Obviously we've got the seal, we've got the radiator, front crash bumper. We've got the doors in here, we need to take the door cards off to get sent to the paint shop. I need to get the rear bumper off this, light out, and the side skirt off, ready for the paint shop. So today I'm going to be fitting some bits to the car. As you can see, we've got a few pieces here. So we've got a replacement, brand new second hand again, rad pack for the driver's side, with all the fan and everything on the back, the brackets, the lot. We've got the crash bar. And then here's the sill. So I'm going to be trying to fit some of these today. Don't really need to do this before it goes body shop, but 1, it gets them off the bench and out of the way. 2, it keeps it with the car. And 3, I'm enjoying doing it. So we're going to crack on with that. So before I do that, I'm actually going to show you. So this is the radiator off the passenger side. Now the passenger side didn't look like it had much damage when we got the car. When I got the rad, obviously it has an air condenser in front of it, so you couldn't really see the full extent when I got it. When I first got it off, you could see this part here, and then later on I found this when I moved some more plastic trim. So I'm actually, I'm 99% sure it's not going to be any good, as these are what, £500–600 I think they are, just for the radiator alone, without the fan or anything like that. So just for that bit alone, it's about £500–600. My plan is we're going to do a little test on it. So I've rigged something up. I couldn't think of a way to do it. I don't even know if this is a way of doing it, but we'll give it a go. So basically at work, we've got this is called a smoke machine, and it does exactly what it's called pretty much. So basically it produces smoke, and it also measures the pressure. So normally what we use this for is for boost leaks on cars before they go on the dyno, or if they're having issues. So what normally happens with this process is we'll bung up the air intake, put the rubber pipe into it, that produces smoke and obviously pressure. Now if the pressure builds up and the smoke doesn't leak from anywhere, we're all good. If it leaks smoke or the pressure starts fluctuating a bit, it means it's no good. So I very much doubt it's going to work, but I don't even know if this process will work, and I don't even know if this is the right way of testing it. I know it's not 100% the right way of testing it, but for what I've got on a Sunday at work, this is what I've got, and this is what we're going to use. So everyone cross the fingers. So as you can see, there's no expense spared on this test. So I've bunged up the one side of the radiator and the other side. Now this side I've just bunged up so to try and seal it. I didn't have any bungs big enough, so that's that. In this one I put a bung inside of it, and I've put some tape around just to hold it in place. And this side is where I'm going to put the smoke, and this is where the pressure and the smoke is going to go in. So this is a pipe that runs to the smoke machine, and then to power the smoke machine we've got airline, and we've got a battery pack to give it some power to the machine, as normally we connect it to the car battery. Are you with me so far? So yeah, basically I'm going to put the power on, turn the machine on, and hopefully that isn't going to smoke. So place your bets now. Power's on. Oh, it's looking good. I can hear something. Ah, it's that side. So as you can see, the smoke's, that's my bad sealing job, that is. So yeah, one good thing, I know that test, well, I think it works. Bad thing, radiator's no good. So, I mean, there's only a small leak. Do people still chuck eggs in these radiators still? On 2018 Porsche. Anyways, looks like I'm going to be buying some more parts. Holy moly. You're not supposed to have that much smoke coming out of anything when you do a test, so I think I can definitely 100% say the radiator's broke. So it looks like we're going to be ordering a new one. And that's the list. So as you know, at the start of this I said I had to get a loan to buy the car, and obviously some of the parts and stuff. At this point I've decided I need to get rid of something to pay for this project. Actually, I've had my car up for sale for a good few weeks now, but not really had any serious interest. Just had the usual people trying to bid you and part X stuff like dogs and jet skis for it, so obviously it didn't sell. So last resort I thought I'll just see what We Buy Any Car offer us. Hopefully if they're going to give me what they offered, I'll take that, and then that can go towards this project, and then I've got rid of my loan, and then happy days. So we're just on the way to We Buy Any Car, so I need to get rid of one of the vehicles. They're just not selling at the minute. It's January, so I don't know if that's the reason. But I need to get rid of one vehicle just so I can pay off, well, pay for the rest of the parts on the Porsche, obviously. Plus, obviously, I don't need two cars. So we're on the way. They've already offered me 48,000 online for the car. I've actually got the car up for sale for 51, which I thought was a really good price. But I've not really having much interest. So yeah, they offered me 48. I'm going to get there, see what they're going to offer me. If they offer me anything over, well, 47 above, I'll take it. If it does go, I am going to be gutted, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. What do you reckon, guys? Is he going to go? So yeah, the car's gone. So as you can see by me cycling to work, the car's gone. So yeah, couldn't be happier really. As soon as I went there, they actually offered me more money than what they quoted me online. So yeah, I was absolutely amazed with that. So when I got there, they offered me 48,000 online, and then as soon as I got there, they offered me 48,500. I was like, yeah, I'll have that. And then he tried to bid me on a couple of stone chips, but to be honest, he was like, you can have the money within 20 minutes. So if you want to do it, we'll do it now. And I said, yeah. So car's gone. Now I've only got one car. I've only got half a car at the minute. So I best get this one done, so I've got something to drive around in. First step, get this wheel off, get the arch liner out, get the side sill off, get the bumper off, get the lights out, go. Big shout out to Dave as well at DTB Motorsport, helps us out with loads of stuff at Mallory, and luckily he had one of these ginormous torque wrenches for the Porsche wheels, so thanks Dave, you're the best. I need another medal for you. If I find one, you're having it. I think I might have spoke a bit too soon about these centre lock and wheel nuts. So basically, good points, easy to do because you've got one ton to do. Bad points, you've got the centre cap, which I've damaged one of, just flicking it out, which is a plastic clip. Another bad point, it's probably something that you think I shouldn't worry about when you're buying a crash damaged car, is these little bits on the teeth where the tool goes on. And obviously this is a genuine tool, came with the car. You can't really see on the camera, but on where that goes on there, it starts wearing them as they stick out. It's a bit annoying because if you've got freshly powder coated or painted wheels and you've got little marks on there, it's a bit annoying really. So when I get the wheels painted, I'm gonna have to see if I can do something about that, because the front one where I've had off like 3 or 4 times so far, well already, it's started to wear. It's a bad design, but apart from that, I like them. Cool. So normally Porsche, obviously with the engines being in the rear, they normally design the bumpers so they're quite easy to remove. Try and keep the service cost down, I'm guessing, for the workshop and bits and pieces. So we're going to get the bumper off now. I'll tell you how easy it was when I've done it. I've not done one of these yet, but just on a serious note, I've seen the size of this tyre. That is, how big that is. So I've now got all the screws inside the arch lining undone. I think there's 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th one at the top. Put a little bit of tape across here because this is probably the only bit of paintwork that's any good, so I'll put a bit of tape on just so when I'm pulling it off we don't damage anything there. I've undone the screws under the rear spoiler, and I was hoping it was going to pull out, but it doesn't really want to. Not sure why. Just quickly as well, if anyone knows out there, on the 4S, we've got a friend who's got one, and he's got a light across here. Now I've contacted Porsche about it, and they didn't know anything about it, believe it or not. But if anyone out there knows about how to replace this for basically a light, let me know, because I think it looks a lot nicer than this horrible bit of dull plastic. And then there's 2 more screws holding the rear light in. Take them out, get the headlights out, and then see if there's any more screws or bolts along this area here. So first things first, get these plastic brackets off, 2 screws out each side, headlights out, see if we get anywhere. If anyone knows how to fix the condensation in these lights, please let me know. Oh, that's why. Can you see on the camera? There's a crack across there, look. How's that happened? That shouldn't be anything to do with the crash, I wouldn't have thought. So that might just be... I don't know why. I don't want to buy another one of these if I can help it, so... Anyways, it's broken. Another thing. Now that I've got both of the rear lights out of the car, obviously when I was pulling the sides, this is obviously why it wasn't coming out, because of that screw there. So obviously need to remove lights to do the bumper. Maybe, well, I'll tell you in a minute, but there's some wires in there. I don't know if we need to disconnect them. Maybe they're connected to the bumper, maybe they're for the top half, the spoiler and stuff. So there's another one this side. I'll have to figure it out. I'm not sure if they're connected to the bumper, so first things first, I'm going to get these bolts out. I might just disconnect that anyways, and then see if that releases it for me.
Falling man, tear it down as soon as we wake up. Promise you the world tonight, show you what I've got.
I was just thinking with the rear light as
I
well.
speak my language and you'll heat me like a book. But this night means forever and so does me and you. We say we love, we say we love. We gave it all, we gave it all. We say we love, we say we love. But we were just interested until something better.
So now that I've got the bumper off, it's time to put it back on. I took it off just so I knew which way it came off. Obviously, I wanted the headlight out. I wanted the light out of it anyways. So I'm going to put it back on loosely. Just put a couple of screws in the top and maybe one in the bottom each side, just so when it gets to the paint shop, they can remove it easy enough to do whatever work they need. Now I've left the badges on because I don't know if they're painting the full bumper, because obviously this side doesn't need any work doing. I don't know if they paint the full bumper or just blend it in, but put it back on loosely and then we'll move on to the doors, get them stripped, ready. Hopefully, now that the interior is back together, I might be able to shut the sunroof as well, because at the minute I've not been able to do it. So I need to do that hopefully. Moving on to the door cards, remove this trim, you remove this one behind the door handle. Obviously you put in your bag labelled doors, and then there's a trim here, remove this one, a T27 bolt behind there, and obviously behind this section here. One thing to note on this car, on most of the door cards I've took off in the past, you pull the things out. Well, on this one they slide. You found it a lot with the rear panels and stuff on the interior, where it slides up instead of pulling out like normal.
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers, don't care what other people say. We live it like this could be our final day. We're dreamers, don't care what the others say. We're doing this now.
So I can't actually take the mirrors off there because the socket I need, I borrowed off Matt last time, and now Matt's in America on holiday or whatever he's doing. He's locked his toolbox and I can't nick the tool, so thanks Matt. Cheers mate. I'll remember. So what I'm going to do now is try and give you a quick breakdown of what we spent so far on the actual build. Probably the midpoint of the build. Give you an update, see where we're at with it. If I start wincing or crying, don't laugh. So the car was, including, the car was 46,000 plus your fees and shipping, which came to £49,911.04. I think it's a sign, but I don't know if it's a good sign or a bad sign, and that was 911 under there, but we'll go with it for the minute. So the front bumper, the GTS bumper, was 229. So the driver side wing was 271. Passenger side was 399, now 670. The lower arms were 160. The dashboard and airbags all together was 1100. I do need to do something else with the dashboard because there's something I'm just not quite happy with, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. So the wheel was, I think this is my favourite. The wheel's been my bargain so far. That was £400 for a genuine Porsche wheel with a Pirelli P0 tyre on, which matches the rest of the tyres, but obviously adds it's got loads of tread as well. So £400 for that was a bargain. Driver side rad pack 850. That was painful. and then the sill chopped out of a Cat B 911 Carrera was 220, I think. So at the minute, I think that is pretty much where we're at. So currently, not too bad. Yeah, not too bad, I suppose. At the minute, obviously, we've got the car, the bumper, the wings, lower arm, dashboard, airbags, wheel, rad pack, sill. So far, for the parts alone, I've spent £3,629 up to now, and then obviously including the car and the parts, at the minute we're at £53,540. Now, originally when I started this, I didn't want to go above 10 grand on parts and whatever else I need to buy for the car. So that was my sort of budget, which would take the car to what, 60 grand. Let me know how you think I'm getting on price wise. I'm not too concerned at the minute. I don't think we're doing too bad, but there is a lot more expensive items still to come. I think a couple of the biggest things is the headlights. Like I said, most of them about a grand each, but I am going to try and repair one of the lights if I can. Worst case, I'm going to break it and still have to buy one anyway, so that's one thing. Obviously we've got the paint. They quoted me 3 to 4 grand for that. I don't know how that one's going to go, because I reckon it's going to be more than that with all the damage. What else we've got? We're going to have loads of more. Oh, windscreen, but that's not cheap. Plus, I've bought something that you're either going to love or you're going to hate. So you have to stay tuned for that one. But as for now, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I've done wrong, what I've done right. See you in the next one.
Don't be scared.